Okay, this is from the Washington Post, and I believe this is the fourth video of this current event study. We're almost done. I only got two more here to cover. This is ideas at innovations. Disney may be onto something. Here we go. New technology could bring objects to life. And again, this is not new. I'm pretty sure they knew about this, and now, since you hear about this, they're probably advanced and do something else that's 10, 15 years in advancement. Okay. This piece originally appeared on the WAPO Labs blog on May 7th. WAPO Labs is a digital team at the Washington Post company focused on innovation and experimenting with emerging technologies. What do the following images have in common? Dancing candlesticks, marching brooms, flying carpets, one brave little toaster. If you guessed Disney, you're right. The animation company has held a long history of featuring inanimate objects as anthropomorphic characters in its films, dating as far as back as 1940s Fantasia, when a sorcerer, Mickey, imbued an army of broomsticks with the magic of consciousness. Singing teacups and Blurrit desk lamps are as much a part of the Disney universe as boisterous genies and red-headed mermaids, with one exception. They are breaking free of the imaginary realm and could be coming to a home goods store near you. Oh, goody. A team of engineers from the U.S. and Japan, including two engineers from Disney Research, has pioneered a technology that could forever change the ways in which humans and inanimate objects interact by embedding electrodes in everyday devices. New technology called Touche can sense electrical signals transmitted by a human body with much greater specificity than current touchscreen technology can, which is only able to differentiate between touch and no touch. Touch can recognize a variety of postures and gestures, including two-finger pinch, three-finger pinch, one elbow, two elbows, and all fingers touching like a plotting madman. The electrodes can be embedded into nearly any object imaginable, from laptops to sofas to human bodies. In a YouTube video entitled Touch, Enhancing Touch and Interaction on Humans, Screens, Liquids, and Everyday Objects, Disney Research Hub engineers detail 5 examples of the technology application to sense a doorknob being grasped, determine the posture of someone seated at a table, enhance traditional touchscreen technology, sense the movements of a human body, and even discern specific movements in liquid, such as the submerging of a hand in a fish tank. So basically, they can make all these fictional characters come to life. Real live imagery type stuff. And again, this all falls in line with the whole Project BLUEBEAM type technology, and it's progressing even further. Okay. It's from the Economic Collapse blog. And is Obama negotiating a treaty that would essentially ban all Buy American laws? Again, all this stuff is being done by design, and they need to destroy this economy, okay? I mean, it's all by design, and all of this stuff is basically a preparation, I believe, into heading into a future martial law, especially with all the bills that were passed. And this is just another one. 69 members of the U.S. House of Representatives have sent Barack Obama a letter expressing their concerns that a new international treaty currently being negotiated would essentially ban all Buy American laws. This new treaty is known as the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and it is going to be one of the biggest free trade agreements in history. Critics are referring to it as the NAFTA of the Pacific, and it would likely cost the U.S. economy even more jobs than NAFTA did. At the moment, the Trans-Pacific Partnership includes Brunei, Chile, New Zealand, and Singapore. Barack Obama is pushing hard to get the United States into the TPP, and Australia, Peru, Malaysia, Vietnam, Canada, Japan, and South Korea are also reportedly interested in joining. But quite a few members of Congress have heard that Buy American laws will essentially be banned under this agreement. And this has many of them very concerned. You can read the entire letter that was sent to Obama right here. I'll provide a link for you if you want to read that. Unfortunately, the leaders of both major political parties are overwhelmingly in favor of the Trans-Pacific Partnership. So the objections of these 69 members of Congress are likely to fall on deaf ears. Meaning Obama doesn't even have to go to Congress anymore. He can just do whatever he wants. The Trans-Pacific Partnership will accelerate the flow of American jobs out of this country. And meanwhile, our politicians will continue to insist that they are doing everything that they can to create jobs. There is not much protecting American jobs these days. The Buy American laws are one of the last remaining barriers that helps protect against much cheaper foreign labor. But now Buy American laws are in danger of being banned permanently, as a recent article in the Huffington Post explained. Since the 1930s, the American government has offered preferential treatment to American producers in the awarding of federal contracts. If a domestic producer offers the government a more expensive bid than a foreign producer, they can still be awarded the contract under certain circumstances. But more recent free trade agreements have granted other nations the same negotiating status as domestic firms. The Obama administration is currently pushing to grant the several nations involved in the Trans-Pacific deal the same privileged status, according to the Thursday letter. See, the big problem is that foreign companies often have huge advantage over firms based in America. In the United States, we have minimum wage laws. On the other side of the globe, it is legal to pay workers less than $1 an hour with no benefits. In the United States, we have thousands upon thousands of laws and regulations that business must comply with. On the other side of the globe, there is often very little red tape. The truth is that free trade is a really bad deal for the average American worker. In the emerging one-world economic system, labor has become a global commodity, and U.S. workers must now compete for jobs with people on the other side of the planet. Since U.S. workers are often 10 to 20 times more expensive than workers on the other side of the world, there has been a massive outflow of jobs from this country. Treaties such as the Trans-Pacific Partnership will accelerate those job losses. So again, lies. When they say, oh, we're creating jobs, oh, this, that, And most aren't going to want to hear about this, because they don't want to face the realities of this stuff. Well, there's going to come a time when you ain't going to have a choice, and reality is going to bite you. Okay? I'm not saying I'm any better. I'm not saying that at all. I'm only sharing that stuff with you guys so that you can possibly be aware in these types of things. So, the last article. Now, this was interesting. Netanyahu is here to stay, so is Israel's military option on Iran. basically the unity government backed by a majority of 94 out of 120, which Benjamin Netanyahu formed Tuesday, May the 8th, is not just the broadest coalition ever to govern Israel, but also the first with 3 former chiefs of staff at the helm. 2 are also present, and former defense ministers, Ehud Barak and Shawi Mofaz. It was this feature which drew the most attention in Washington, as the first reports of Netanyahu's stunning U-turn away from an early election filtered through. He has pulled off another term in office without standing for election, said one senior administration source, and he's done it 7 months before Barack Obama faces the American voter, which the American voter has no has no say in the matter because the elections are rigged anyway. A re-elected Obama will find the same Netanyahu sitting in the prime minister's chair in Jerusalem as before, after reinventing himself as a long-life premier. If he and his new senior partner, former opposition Kadima Shalom Mufaz, achieve the targets they have set themselves, especially electoral and government reforms, by the end of 2012, those returns will enhance Netanyahu's chance of winning the October 2013 elections, so that when Obama ends his second presidential term in late 2017, Netanyahu will be ending his third as prime minister, or as head of state, depending on whether reform legislation emerges the 2 functions. So basically there's no elections going on in Israel. He's basically made himself like a dictator, so to speak. And that's what you got going on over there in Israel. So now you got a dictator over there. Washington sources registered 3 assessments by authoritative U.S. sources of the changes portended by the Israel's unity government, especially their impact on a potential Israeli, American, or combined attack on Iran's nuclear program. So, I think all of this is being set up, and this actually might be a foreshadowing to Obama, because Israel and America are like so close together. They're like inseparable. You couldn't separate them if you had 2 pieces of bread stuck together on, with molasses in between it. You couldn't separate them if you wanted to. So basically, Netanyahu has averted election, and he is basically he's basically dictator of Israel. So could that possibly be the scenario we see here in America? I don't know. Only time will tell. Strong possibility. I can't read into the minds of the elite, so I don't know. But strong possibility. And again, you got to remember, Netanyahu's a Freemason. Barack Obama's a Luminous, CFR, all this kind of stuff. So they all are in it together. This whole good cop, bad cop thing between Iran, Syria, and all this kind of stuff. So, alright, I'm going to end this, and thank you for enduring with me for all this stuff. And until next time, truth be told, truth be known, thanks for watching and for listening. And stay tuned for Friday, 9 o'clock. I should be live on Blog Talk Radio. I'll provide a link for all of this information. I especially want you guys to really check out the Project BLUEBEAM article, because I think that ties in with a lot of the stuff that we covered here today. So, till next time, guys, truth be told, truth be known. Stay safe. God bless. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.